Welcome, dear CRAs and CRA aficionados. Daniel here, founder of the CRAcoach.com, and today with another video on tips and tricks for CRAs. I know before I even mention this trick or this tip, what you just need to know as a CRA, because it's helpful and it will make you a lot quicker, that a lot of CRAs will know this, but I also know from coaching CRAs that the majority of CRAs do not. So please hold back with any hate comments if you already knew this. Trust me, there's going to be a lot of CRAs that don't know this. And what I'm talking about today is Excel, and that Excel can do math with dates. So if you already know that, you can jump to another video. If you don't, then let me explain briefly. If you put a date into a field in Excel, so A1, top corner field, you put in a date, and in the next row into field A2, you put in a later date. From Excel's perspective, dates boil down to nothing more than numbers. And the later a date, let me start down here, the later a date, the higher the number for Excel. So if you have a later date, that's the higher number compared to an earlier date. And now what you can do in Excel, and why I'm explaining this, is you can do math in another cell. So you have an earlier date in A1, a later date in A2, and now into A3, you simply type equals A2, the later date, the higher number, minus A1, the earlier date, the lower number. So what you're telling Excel is into field A3, please tell me the result of A2 minus A1. And Excel will give you the result, and the result is the number of days between those two dates. Now, why is that helpful? Think compliance calculation. Study drug was dispensed on the first earlier date and was returned on a later date. How many days are in between those two patient visits? Again, I know a lot of CRAs will know this already, but those that don't, and actually to the ones that do know this and think, of course, everybody knows that, they do not. I can't tell you how many times I've seen CRAs when I was co-monitoring and they were calculating how many days were in between two dates, and they look through the calendar and multiply the weeks, and then they'd add the days from that first fraction of a week and add the days from the last fraction of a week, and then they'd have the total number of days. Well, now you know that in Excel, you put in the earlier date, the later date, and into a third field, you type equals later date minus the earlier date, and it'll give you those days. And Excel, for this purpose, is nothing more than a super capable calculator. You could also say you want to do the calculation for a study where a patient has to take 2 pills a day. You could type into A3 instead of equals A2 minus A1. You could type equals and then bracket A2 minus A1, close bracket, times 2. And now it'll give you the result of the amount of days between those two visits times 2. Say the patient should not have taken the last pill because they only take a morning dose and then they have a visit, and the evening dose doesn't really count. Same calculation, minus 1. So you know math, so does Excel, and what I wanted to share here today is Excel can do the math with dates for you. No more mistakes, no more miscounting, no more wasting mental energy. That's always my mantra for CRAs, is your mind is your tool. You have to develop tools and ways that let you shift as much work into automated tools as possible. And now you have the basic tools to create yourself a compliance calculator, for example. So Excel can do math with dates, and I wanted to make sure with this video that every CRA that sees this video knows this, saves time, and also doesn't make any mistakes by miscounting or miscalculating, because that's another beautiful thing about developing tools when you're a CRA. They not only save you energy, you don't have to think about these things, you don't have to calculate it yourself. Also, it's faster, and if your calculation is right, so you only have to set up that tool once, 0 mistakes. No more mistakes. You can't miscalculate anything anymore. So those are the 3 awesome benefits, and that's the tip for today. Have a great day, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe. If you have any ideas that you would like me to talk about or to discuss here on the channel, comment in the comment section. And if you have any general feedback, same thing. Okay, have a great day.